When house after house representing millions of shillings worth of investment went down in Syokimau in November last year, the entire nation was shocked by the sudden turn of events that saw the dreams of homeowners come tumbling down within minutes. But months after investigations into the demolitions were launched and a forensic report by PricewaterhouseCoopers recommends that those who were behind the illegal sale of the land be held liable. The 13-week investigation report commissioned by Parliament names those culpable as 1. The current and former officials of representative groups in Syokimau that include Ungani and Jumbo settlement schemes, Mlolongo Brothers and Forster Enterprises. These groups, according to the report, were in possession of forged documents of title, occupied part of the Kenya Airports Authority land without valid title, and obtained monies through false pretense. 2. The former town clerk and Mavoko Council, who the report accuses of assisting those officials to irregularly obtain subdivision approvals on the basis of false documents, as well as irregularly levying and collecting charges. The PwC report also names the Ministry of Lands and specifically the Department of Surveys and the Department of Physical Planning, who it falls for failing to cross-reference survey plans, negligently endorsing approvals, and possibly colluding with the officials to alter records. In their assessment, the report places the possible amount in losses faced by affected individuals resulting from the investment at 180 million shillings, but falls short of blaming the investors for their loss, saying, quote, "The persons who erected buildings in this area did not have valid title documents and were ignorant, negligent or reckless, or a combination thereof, considering they had been aware or should have been aware of the court cases between KAA and their respective groups over the ownership dispute." End quote. The report therefore advises the government against compensating the victims, saying that unlike victims of the post-election violence and Mau evictions whose situations were not of their own making, victims of the evictions and demolitions were either trespassers or had violated the Physical Planning Act regulations by their constructions. Therefore, if the government were to pay them, it would be construed as rewarding irregularities and wrongdoing. It, however, recommends that the Ministry of Local Government and Ministry of Lands facilitate Mavoko County and Department of Lands to refund any money irregularly collected from affected persons, estimated at around 54 million shillings. As many as 250,000 people were affected directly or indirectly, according to the report signed by the Auditor General Edward Ouko, including 3,800 people in the formal Syokimau area and over 220,000 people from the informal settlements of Kiangombe, Mitumba, Masai, Kitu, and Chambiu. Whether the recommendations that direct the Director of Public Prosecutions and the CID to conduct further investigations on persons alleged to be behind the fraud, including such government officials as those in the Lands Ministry, will be taken up with zeal, what most Kenyans await to see in what remains a controversial land deal. Evelyn Wambui, Sunday Live.